Good morning, everyone. We're glad that you're with us. And my name is Mark Klaisner. I am so blessed to be the lead pastor here at First United Methodist Church of Rhinelander. And if this is the first time that you're worshiping with us, we welcome you with open hearts and open arms. We're continuing our sermon series entitled Christian Vocabulary 101, or to say it in another way, it's all those Christian words you wanted to know but were afraid to ask. In the first week of our series, we looked at the power of God's agape love. Agape love is that unconditional love that God offers us as a gift. And it's also a love that we need to exhibit in our daily lives as followers of Christ. We also looked at grace and how grace transforms and changes our lives as we make a response to that agape love, that we reach out and accept it as a free gift. We looked at belief, or the creed. What are your beliefs? What are our beliefs as people of faith, but individually? And we focused on the Apostles' Creed and how that creed lays out before us a foundational belief that has been part of our Christian doctrine and orthodoxy for 2,000 years almost. So today I want to talk about the nature of God. And we refer to that nature as the Trinity. Now, I'm going to try not to get really theological because it's a theological word, and I'm not going to attempt to teach you systematic theology 101. But I think it's very important to understand that we need to have a glimpse of God's nature and how the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is central to our Trinitarian beliefs as Christians. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Now, the Trinity, I believe, names what's most fundamental about the nature of God and our relationship with the divine. Now, to fully grasp the nature of God is something that's extremely difficult. We can't do it because God is God. And there's a part of God that's beyond our human understanding. And we call that the mystery of the Trinity. Now, when we say it's a mystery, that's not a cop-out. I'm just stating fact. That the relationship that God has with the Father, Son, Holy Spirit is something that, again, really stretches beyond our own human comprehension. But we still need to try, and we still need to have a foundation in which we understand what the nature of God is all about, and also the working of the Holy Spirit, and especially and also of Jesus. So I want to share with you a little bit about the doctrine of the Trinity. And there's 3 sentences that come to mind. The first is that there is one God. That's what we believe. We share that belief with the other Abrahamic faith, with our Jewish brothers and sisters and our Muslim brothers and sisters. We believe there is one God. But uniquely as Christians, we believe that God is 3 persons. And that each person is fully God. Now, if we try to wrap our head around that, we'll definitely get ourselves a headache and we need to take some Tylenol. Because it is really, really heavy and deep. But it's important to just, again, to try to grasp the understanding about God's nature and how God works within our lives, working in 3 different ways, but yet being of the same essence. So when looking for an example of that, I turned to water. Now, water is made of the same substance, H2O. 2 parts of hydrogen and 1 part of oxygen. But yet, water exists in three different states. And here on earth, that's the beautiful thing and wonderful thing about God, is that God placed us in what they call the Goldilocks zone. We're 93 million miles away from the sun, and being that far allows water to exist simultaneously in its three states: ice, water, and gas, or solid, liquid, and gas. And so I want us to think about it in those terms. Okay? Again, water, we need water to survive as we need God to survive. The essence of water, again, doesn't change. When you go to your faucet or you open up a bottle of water and drink it, it's water. It's the same substance as if you were going on the ice and you're chipping away to go ice fishing. Or that you breathe in the air and you breathe in the humidity. Now, in the same breath, God is God. But God exists in Father, in Son, and in Holy Spirit. To say it in a modern way that I think is more inclusive, but I think even helps us to have a better understanding, is that God is also creator, God is redeemer, and God is sustainer. I want to share with you a little bit about what this is in this video that can help us to understand.